Do giants exist? Believe it or not, but that question is pretty controversial in the scientific community. First of all, you have to wade through all the myths and folklore legends until you get to the real parts. Chances are that 20-foot tall humans exist more in fiction. It's actually believed that ancient humans were shorter than us. The Neanderthal species was several inches shorter than Homo sapiens. The species Gigantopithecus blacki were the ones that probably stood 10 feet tall. They died out thousands of years ago, but these upcoming giants are the closest resemblance we have to them. Here are the 11 largest humans to ever exist. Number 11. Brahim Takioullah, 8 feet 1 inch. Brahim Takioullah, born on January 26, 1982, is the world's current second tallest person alive, but he proudly holds the impressive record of being Guinness World Records owner of the largest feet on a living person. Takioullah stands a staggering 8 feet and 1 inch tall. His feet, they're over 15 inches in length. As a result of his neck craning height, Takioullah has difficulties with a world that doesn't fit him. He has to wear custom-made shoes designed by his orthopedic podiatrist. It's nearly impossible to sit comfortably in a car, and even his apartment's ceilings can't accommodate him. Number 10. Morteza Mehrzad, 8 feet 1 inch. Also 8 feet 1 inch tall is Morteza Mehrzad, Iran's tallest man, the tallest Paralympian in history, and the world's other second tallest man alive. Born in Chalis Mazandaran, Iran on September 17, 1982, Mehrzad was largely ignored by his family, who viewed him as strange. However, he's not ignored anymore. Mehrzad is an outside hitter for the Iran men's national sitting volleyball team, capable of striking a volleyball 6 feet 4 inches off the ground while sitting down. Number 9. Don Koehler, 8 feet 2 inches. Up until the moment Don Koehler turned 10 years old, he was growing at a normal rate. Past the age of 10, he rapidly made his way into becoming the world's tallest man, a title he would hold from the year 1969 to his death in 1981. Believe it or not, but Koehler had a twin sister. While he towered over the rest of his family at 8 feet 2 inches tall, his sister was only 5 foot 9. That means there was a whopping 29-inch difference between the two. Another world record on its own. Like Takioullah, Koehler had to make special accommodations to fit his height. He had to find apartments with no hanging fixtures and high enough ceilings. Whenever he stayed at a hotel, he had to order 2 double beds to push together. Tragically, in Koehler's case, as he neared his final years, his height was dramatically reduced as he developed kyphosis, a condition that affected the curvature of his spine. He passed away at the age of 55 from heart problems. He was 7 feet and 10 inches tall. Number 8. Vikas Uppal, 8 feet 3 inches. Technically, Guinness World Records never officially measured the staggering height of Indian-born Vikas Uppal, as we have to go on about this giant is news reports and websites. Uppal was born in 1986 in the Rohtak district of Haryana. There is not a ton that is known about his life, only that it didn't last long. A few sites report he was 8 feet 3 inches tall, while others claim that in 2005 he stood 8 feet 10 inches tall, which would make him the second tallest person in history, unofficially still. What all these sources agree on is that as a teen, he was well over 8 feet tall and still growing. He died during an operation on June 30, 2007. Number 7. Bernard Coyne, 8 feet 2 to 4 inches. Next up is this World War I soldier who was dubbed a giant by doctors. Bernard Coyne had a short life, but it was eventful. Born in Anthon, Iowa on July 27, 1897, it quickly became apparent that he suffered from a super rare condition known as daddy long-legs syndrome. It was unicoidal infantile gigantism. His World War I registration card clocks him at 8 feet tall in the year 1918. He was 21 years old by then. By the time he died at the age of 23 in 1921, he measured to be 8 feet 2 inches tall. Some sources contest this and actually put him at 8 feet 4 inches. Number 6. Sultan Kösen, 8 feet 3 inches. Ready to meet the world's current tallest person alive? Here is Sultan Kösen, who officially holds the record of being the tallest person in the world, measuring a staggering total of 8 feet 3 inches. Like many of the world's tallest and largest people, Kösen didn't quite reach giant status up until his preteen years. After he turned 10 years old, he grew at an alarming rate, quickly rising up to measure over 6 feet tall. Kösen ended up having to use crutches to walk to support his overwhelming height. When he's not performing with the Magic Circus of Samoa, doing shows around the world, you can find him working as a part-time farmer. In 2014, he made news during the Guinness World Records Day when he met the world's shortest man, Chandra Bahadur Dangi. Number 5. Édouard Beaupré, 8 feet 3 inches. Born on January 9, 1881 in Saskatchewan, Canada, Édouard Beaupré grew up to reach massive heights. He reached 8 feet 3 inches and gained fame as a star of Barnum and Bailey Circus. He found work as a freak show giant, as a wrestler, and as a strongman. He joined the circus when he was 21 years old, having given up on his dream to become a cowboy. His shows included impressive feats such as lifting horses and wrestling some of the world's strongest men, such as Louis Cyr on one occasion, whom he lost against. In one instance, he broke his leg trying to lift a 900-pound weight. When he died in July 1904, at the age of 23, they discovered he had never stopped growing. Number 4. Väinö Myllyrinne, 8 feet 3 inches. During his time, Väinö Myllyrinne was the tallest person alive. His list of notable achievements is lengthy. To this day, he is the tallest soldier to ever live. And from the year 1940 to his death in 1963 at the age of 54, he was the world's tallest living man. He also had the largest recorded hand span in history, his hands 15.7 inches wide. Now, born in 1909 in Helsinki, when Myllyrinne was 21 years old, he had only reached a height of a still impressive 7 feet 3 1/4 inches. However, during his late 30s, he hit an unprecedented surprising growth spurt that made him reach such a colossal height later on. He used his height to his advantage, signing up with the Finnish Defense Forces. Number 3. John F. Carroll, 8 feet 7 1/2 inches. Quite a jump from all the 8 foot 3 inches individuals we've had before. This upcoming individual is referred to as the Buffalo Giant. Why? He's a whopping 8 feet 7 1/2 inches tall. The Buffalo Giant isn't a nickname that was given to him by the press either. Even medical journals refer to him as such. Born in 1931 in Buffalo, New York, USA, Carroll didn't really come into his own until he turned 16 years old. Up until he died in 1969, he never stopped growing. It's said that he grew a staggering 7 inches in just a few months. Technically, Carroll could have become the world's tallest man in history if only he didn't suffer from a severe case of kyphoscoliosis, which made his spinal curvature so severe that although he measured in at 7 feet 8 3/4 inches before his death, he was probably around 9 feet tall. Number 2. John Rogan, 8 feet 9 inches. Meet John William Bud Rogan, who towered over the rest of the world at a staggering height of 8 feet 9 inches. That doesn't just make him the second tallest human being ever, but the tallest of African descent altogether. Rogan was born in 1868. When he turned 13 years old, he hit an unexpected growth spurt and grew at a rate no one could keep up with. His height was something that caused him a lot of pain. He suffered from ankylosis, a painful condition that makes the joints stiff. He even found it difficult to walk without crutches. By 1882, he couldn't walk or even stand at all. But he was an inventive man, designing a goat cart that his loved ones pulled around. He earned a living selling postcards and pictures of himself. In 1905, he passed away from complications of his condition. His one stipulation? Bury him under a heavy layer of concrete to stop scientists from using his body for research. Number 1. Robert Wadlow. And finally, we have who the founders of the Guinness World Records described as the only admissible evidence upon the true height of giants is that of the recent date made under impartial medical supervision. It's irrefutable that Robert Wadlow is history's tallest man. Born on 22 February 1918, he was an average baby until by the age of 5, he shot up to reach a whopping 5 feet 4 inches. At 8 years old, he towered over his 5 foot 11 inch tall father. By 17, he was taller than 8 feet and a half inch. By the time he passed away on June 27, 1940, his last measurements were an unparalleled 8 feet 11.1 inches. He made a living performing with the Ringling Brothers Circus. At one point, he had the largest feet ever, measuring a European size 75 or a US size 37 AA. And that's all we have on the 11 largest humans to ever exist. What did you think about these remarkable people? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. And before you go, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to Weeklypedia and click that notification bell to be alerted whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.